I was gonna make a Battlefield 1 video or something like that, or just play some Battlefield 1 and maybe use some backstock videos. But yeah, the servers are down because of DDoS attack by people that want attention. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna make a fan acceptance movement video rant type thing. Um, so, I guess I'll just have to get into the video. Um, yeah, let's look at some clips real quick. Also, thanks to Cringed Planet for this video, and I was using his, so check out his content and stuff.
To me, it's almost like reverting back to the civil rights movement. Now we're telling fat folks that they have to buy an extra seat. Not too long ago, my grandparents had to sit on the back of a bus. It's almost like segregating folks based on the way they look.
I can't.
Also, just about that little clip is she basically said that this whole fan acceptance thing is basically like clearing up all the racism in the country. Are you literally retarded? Like, how does this relate to racism? Just because they made them sit in the back probably means that they didn't have enough room for those fat people in the front of the bus. Like, you want to squish to next to each other and feel uncomfortable, or do you want to be comfortable in the back of the bus?
This, to me, is an issue. And if we put the armrest down, this is a challenge. Now, you say, Michael, that people that are large should buy more than one seat.
Correct.
All right, so what you just saw there is Dr. Phil asking a guy if that they should buy two seats instead of one if they have problems sitting in the one seat. And I think this is a huge deal, but let me just say that I think that he's right. If you are overweight and you can't fit in the one chair comfortably, then buy two chairs. And yes, it's unsafe, but also being unhealthy and fat is unsafe. Along with like if you really feel that uncomfortable about sitting in the two instead of the one, then lose weight to fit in one.
All right, and you guys think this is unreasonable to expect you to fit in comfortably, correct?
Yes.
Will you come sit in this seat? Right here? Okay,
Ooh, that's really tight.
yeah, see, that's going to be really uncomfortable.
This was even tighter than the one I flew out here on.
So what you're saying is that this isn't actually a problem, that it's actually less tight than you're putting it out to be? Well, okay.
Yeah?
And yeah,
And if you and I are next to each other,
then I gotta go like this to get away from your shoulders.
we got a real problem, girl, or we're going to need to get to know each other really well.
Intimate.
Particularly if we're headed for Tokyo.
Oh,
Man, that was real funny, Doctor, but let me just say something right here. If you're uncomfortable sitting by two people, then maybe you should upgrade to higher up seats. Or not higher up seats, but you know what I'm saying, like higher class seats. Like business class instead of sitting in the lowest class like that would be in. That doesn't even look like airplane seating, and even she said that it was less tight in the airplane, so I have no idea what they're complaining about.
Or somewhere. Now, but what is the answer for this? This is what people have built. This is a
So-
problem.
look at this. Can you tell me that this is safe and comfortable for me to sit like this? And then I have to have seatbelt extenders to get this seatbelt fastened to this seatbelt. And the more pieces you put in there, the less safe it becomes. It's not comfortable. This is poking in my back. This thing here is poking in my hip. It's not comfortable. And it's not safe.
So she basically just said that it was unsafe to and uncomfortable to sit in two seats at the same time. And my whole rebuttal to that is that if it's unsafe and uncomfortable, then lose weight, because literally it's probably more likely for you to get some sort of heart disease or some type of diabetes than you crashing in an airplane. It's very, very, very rare to crash in an airplane, especially in today's airplanes.
I believe that we come in all sizes. Obviously, we can see that by the audience here. We need to respect one another and get over this obsession with insisting that everybody needs to be the same size. We don't all need to be the same size. Thin does not equal health, and fat does not equal disease.
Now, I can kind of agree with you there. Skinny does not equal health, and fat does not equal disease. I can kind of agree with that, but to a certain extent. One cannot be healthy and 500 pounds, or one cannot be healthy and 400 pounds. Now, you could be healthy at 300, debatably, or 350, but over that, it's very well unlikely to happen.
I'm 62 years old. I'm not on any medication. I'm not saying that everything is perfect in my life, but I've been fat all my life, and I've made it to 62 without having to be on any medications or any things. I'm not dying because of my fat.
All right.
Now, what she just said is that she's 62 years old and she's been fat all her life, and she's not going to die of any sort of thing that's like related with being fat. And my whole thing to that is yet, and even the person in the next clip will say yet. Literally, if it hasn't happened yet, it will most likely happen. And that's the problem with that is it's man. She basically says that she's been fat all her life, so I'm going to guess that she's been complaining about this most of her life. And if you've been complaining about this for, let's say, 10, 15 years, in that amount of time you can lose plenty of weight to make this not a problem.
30.
I feel that the war on obesity should not be a war on obese people, that people of all sizes should be respected and should be honored and be able to be who they are. You should embrace your authentic self. If you want to stay larger, stay larger. If you want to be smaller, be smaller. But to make judgments about people based on their side, to use the war on obesity or use a disguise as health when it's really hate, doesn't make sense and it's not intelligent.
Honestly, I don't think there is a war on obesity. I think there's a war on basically nothing. I think it's an argument, not a war. If you're seriously thinking that it's a war, go out to Iraq or friggin' Syria, okay? That's what a war is, okay? Us fighting with other countries, that's a war. This is simply just something that us white privileged, I didn't mean to say that, I'm saying us like first world country people get, is that we don't have to deal with this kind of stuff like ever. And so this is not a war. Don't call it a war. It's so stupid and ignorant to call it a war.
All right.
When I first appeared on stage, what was your perception of me?
Wait a minute. Do you guys see this? Wait a minute. Let me show you something real quick. Okay, so look at this. Okay, look at this. Okay. Alright, yeah, looks normal. Oh my god, Illuminati confirmed!
Lazy, disgusting, perhaps depressed, unmotivated, unhealthy.
Yes, and yeah.
Based on my appearance, it's usually assumed that I'm lazy and unhealthy, that my weight and my condition in life are self-inflicted. That's not true.
That's because you are lazy and unhealthy. Now, in no way am I saying that it's self-inflicted, but there's always ways to help lose weight.
But often, I don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Now, those stereotypical perceptions that pop in people's minds when they see someone affected by obesity, that's weight bias.
Okay, so it's back to where it's kind of like the racist thing, huh? Yeah, that's where it's going, huh?
Yes. And while a stranger's opinion of me, like the woman in the grocery store who once made fun of my cankles, might hurt my feelings.
Now, I'm not making fun of her being fat. I'm basically making fun of her because of her stupid opinions.
But weight bias that I've experienced in healthcare has hurt me physically. When doctors and nurses have the perception that I'm lazy and unmotivated and non-compliant, that influences the care they provide and then has a negative impact on my health.
If that affects you physically, then don't be uncompliant and lazy. Be compliant and active.
Now, perhaps you're wondering, how is my health? Metabolically speaking, I'm actually pretty healthy.
I'm sure you are. I am so sure that you are so healthy. I mean, look at those Popeye arms.
I don't have diabetes, I don't have sleep apnea, and I don't have high blood pressure. I've had tests canceled because I weigh too much for the equipment.
If you weigh too much for the fucking equipment, then you really need to lose weight, and that is unhealthy.
Okay, if I can't have the test, then how's my doctor going to make a diagnosis?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. How do you know that you're healthy if you can't take the fucking tests?
And so I'm concerned. And I speak up and I'm told I shouldn't expect to be accommodated for my poor lifestyle choices. Well, that's weight bias.
Oh look, here we go again on the whole weight bias thing. Oh joy.
I'm told that doctors and hospitals shouldn't have to buy expensive equipment for just a few patients.
Let me guess, that's fucking weight bias.
Now the pulmonologist walks in the room and greets me by saying, "Oh, I know why you're short of breath. You weigh over 300 pounds. I don't even need to examine you."
Yeah, that's completely true. Good on the doctor for not testing you. It's pretty obvious why you're out of breath.
That's weight bias.
Could you maybe have a different reason than weight bias? You literally say that every sentence.
When doctors were surveyed, they indicated the higher the patient's BMI, the less desire they had to treat them. When nurses were surveyed, 31% indicated they'd prefer not to treat patients affected by obesity.
Where are these statistics? I want to see them, because that really doesn't sound real.
And 24% said they were actually repulsed by such patients. Repulsed. I'm repulsed by the fact that more than 50% of nurses admit to engaging in weight bias.
Okay, still, where are these statistics? And also, oh, look, there's weight bias again.
We've been ignored by healthcare while taking the blame for being a public health and economic burden.
That's true, okay? Extremely overweight people are an economical and public health burden, okay? It makes the Americans look bad, trust me. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the video. I know that my camera died halfway through the video, I'm really sorry, but, you know, this was a really fun video to make. It took me a very long time, about 3 hours, just for recording all the stuff. Anyways, and that's without editing. I'm gonna say something here, okay? All these people accepted that they are fat. Yes, they accepted that they are fat. It's because it's literally in the fucking name of it. If you know, it's fat acceptance. But if you accept that you're fat, don't fucking complain about it. And like all these, don't complain about fitting into a chair and stuff like that. Just yeah, God, and if all these things really bother you, then don't accept that you're fat. Fucking lose weight. Now, I know a lot of you are like, isn't he, like, a little overweight? Yes, I technically am overweight, okay? But the difference between me and them is that I'm not, 200 or more pounds overweight. I don't know how much exactly, but, I'm not that overweight. Also, I don't get freaking out of breath every time I speak 2 sentences. And also, I don't complain about trying to fit into chairs because I can fit into chairs, but even if I couldn't, I wouldn't complain about it. I'd fix the problem. Alright, I guess I'll have to end off this video here. It's kind of a long one, and I'm sorry, but I felt like it had a lot of content, and hope you guys enjoy this kind of new style. I don't think I'll do it much, but I just wanted to make this one because I was bored and the EA servers are down. I know in the end I said that I wasn't going to make any more of these videos, but if you guys want me to make more videos like this, maybe suggest some topics or video compilations, not cringe ones, but just like some sort of thing, maybe Black Lives Matter, I don't know, probably not that one, but just some sort of topic, and I might talk about it, I don't know. I really enjoyed making this video, and maybe I'll make more sketchy kind of, or not sketchy, not really like that, but like a sketch comedy type thing inside of the video, like maybe making little explanations why they're stupid or why their opinions are stupid, and maybe put it in the video. I have no idea. I just think that this could be a pretty good series if I wanted it to be, but just depends on what you guys think. But yeah, see you guys in the next video.